Tell me about, there's a lot of discussions about business linkage. Is there a way to measure business linkage and how employee engagement scores really correlate to other business metrics?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of organisations undertake analytics that look at the relationship between employees' perceptions and perspectives that you see through various survey measures, and also things like their HR metrics around turnover, presenteeism, whether people are taking leave, those sort of things, as well as the hard business metrics around operating margin, or it might be call centre figures if you're looking at the type of things that make a difference in those environments. So we are seeing people connect that data up effectively and look for the relationships between them. And I think it's really important to give that return on investment for a business, and to know that the things that they're working on in their organisation will make a difference to the business outcomes.
We have seen that wherever the strategic priorities of business are linked to the kind of questions that you ask and the cultural elements that help you succeed on that strategic priority, like innovation or efficiency, or the fact that your brand, being focused on the brand, is a strategic priority that helps you win in the market. There are certain cultural traits that we have understood which help you win on strategic priorities. Now, innovation has certain cultural traits linked to it, which is really about encouraging risk-taking, coming up with new ideas, being open and collaborative, and the like.
And a bias for action to get things done.
Exactly.
There was also this sensing, no? So you were talking about analytics and measuring, but is there a way to also how do you know that it's actually really working? Is it only driven by analytics, or do you think there's an art as well on sensing what's happening in the organization?
Yeah. I think, and Lesley coming here as well, but I think there is the so-called push effect and there's a pull effect. All survey programs, all engagement strategies initially are push, where organizations, we have to do this, we have to do that, and then we have to ensure that employees move in a particular direction, think this way. But when you start to see that tilt a bit, and when you start to see managers come to HR, want to work with HR, want to know more, tell me more, when you start to see a bit of pull from leaders, from managers, that could be one of the reliable indicators to say that, okay, this is set in now, and people want to do this on their own. The other bits are really around self-initiatives, where HR is not even in the picture, and that's a fairly advanced story, which maybe only a few organizations in India have achieved, where the business has really owned it. And they're saying that, okay, we'll try it in our own way. So whether it's Engagement Fridays or any of those kind of initiatives, but they're connecting on their own, talking about the right engaging elements, those are good indicators to rely
Even
on.
employees, I guess, taking initiative.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
volunteering for things.
Volunteering, wanting to share their views, getting involved in initiatives around the survey.
Yeah.
The language you see used in the dialogues or the commentary that they make around the survey will shift from just being about what's wrong to what we can do differently to improve.
In fact, what comes to mind is actually a conglomerate that we work with in India, where they were trying to drive values within the organization, and they got employees to write in stories about how organizational values are working within their parts of the organization, and they received about 6,000 odd stories among an employee population of about 7,000. Huge response rate. That's the pull effect that we're talking about. They just had to ask employees once, give them a template of sorts, saying that this is what we're looking for, and everybody just participated. That's an engaged organization for you.